Good morning, or afternoon, or evening. Oh, hello. Today we're going to make a simple card. And by simple, I mean it's going to have a couple of layers. The coloring is going to be easy. The inking is going to be easy. Um, Sometimes we just overcomplicate things and we just suck the joy out of making these things, right? Because, I mean, shoot, when you have all these kind of layers and stuff, sometimes it can become overwhelming. So today we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to make a simple birthday card using just one stamp, a little bit of inking with just one color, and actually the residual of another color that's still on the brush. So all you got to take out is one color. We're gonna use an embossing folder for texture because everyone knows I love the way cards feel. I like to feel things and how it feels in your hand. So we're going to start off with coloring our little frog friend here. And I don't remember if I said in the beginning, but if I didn't, I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance for $3.49. Check your Hobby Lobby; they still may have them in stock. Art Impressions frog set, and they're photopolymer. They're very good stamps, very good quality. So check it out. $3.49, you can't beat that. And the economy the way it is, you got to look for those deals. All right, so we're going to start off with our stamp, and I'm going to use our little frog in the flower just because I'm just going to keep it simple. I don't want to overwhelm myself with coloring, and I think it's going to make a cute card. So we're going to start off by inking this little guy, and as you guys know, I tape mine down. That was my glossy accents. I keep it in there so it doesn't dry the tip. I'm always having trouble with getting the liquid out, so I figured I'd try that. So since this guy is small, we don't need that much space for it. I'm just gonna leave enough space so I can use the die to cut it out. And they don't come with dies. I meant a rectangular die that I'm gonna use for it. We're gonna use the alcohol proof die since we're using alcohol markers to color it in. And let's do this. See, that's a big difference with photopolymer and acrylic stamps. You can press on this guy and he's not going to squish. So you're going to get a beautiful impression. And that's it. That's all we have to do with him. Okay. For our colors, let's put this to the side. We're just going to use the Alpine Green to color him in, and also we're going to use it for the leaf. So we're just going to very carefully go around his eye, and we're just going to color him up in the green. We're using the light green first. Oh, and I went a little bit. It's okay if you go over a little. That can always be cleaned up with the colors. Now we'll go with our darker tone. And just be very careful with this one because it's a lot darker than the light green, so it'll be harder to blend from the light color. Let's just put some here and okay. We're gonna go with our mid-tone and we're just gonna start blending him out. It's gonna look weird in the beginning, but I promise you it'll look better. And let's just finish them off. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of color to his hands. And now we're gonna blend it out. Not too much, since it's such a tiny space. Okay. I think we're good. And now we're gonna do the leaf and the stem. So we do the same thing. We're just gonna start off with the lightest tone. And we're gonna put some green in. I'm really trying to stay within the line because since I'm gonna just not add a lot of color to him, I don't want to create a big mess. I've been known for that. Okay, so now we're gonna do our stem. And I think we're good to go. All right, so now all we have to do is color our flower. See, it's very simple coloring. It's not gonna take too long. Okay. And almost done. I know this is the most boring part. Sometimes it's hard to talk when you're trying to figure out where to add all your colors. This requires a little more thinking. I'm not used to thinking too much. Just kidding. And this is just to add dimension. So blending those colors out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's the card. No big deal. That's all we have to do to it. Now we're just going to take our dies. And I forgot the name of the maker of these dies. I'll get that and put it in the comments below. We're just going to use 2 of them. And these are the Wonky Stitch dies. I think it's Cottage something. I don't know. I have to find out the name. I know I should have had it on hand. Okay. We're going to use the smaller one. We don't need the embossing folder. And we're just going to trim this down so we can run it through our machine. We're using the Gemini Junior today, which for now it's my go-to, just because it's easy on the hands. And we're going to stamp this little guy up. I'm not too concerned about the little yellow here, because I think my Tim Holtz ink is going to get at least that far. So we'll see. If not, I'll use a blender pen to remove it. Yeah, that's good. Now we're just going to run it through the machine. So with that, the hardest part of the card is done. The hardest part is done. That was the hardest part. I just said that 3 times. Anywho, we're going to decide on our background for him, and it's going to be green. So I'm just going to cut that out now also, so we don't have to keep stopping. So we cut just a piece of that 12 by 12 so we can use our die. Now I'm fussing with it because this does have a lot of texture, and I want it to be kind of even. You don't want your texture all over the place. Unless that's your style, then. These poor mats take a beating. But it's still good, so keeping it. Okay, so that'll be our background. See? Coming together. How exciting. And then we're gonna have to emboss the yellow. So let's cut that out now. Our card is gonna be a 5 by 7, so I'm gonna cut this out a little bit smaller than 5 by 7. Honestly, guys, I never look at the number. I just look at the line and see how far I want it. A little bit. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. Now I know for a fact that this embossing folder is smaller than this piece, so we're going to have to come back and trim it. I should have done now, but I'd rather have the impression in place so then I can have an even border all the way around. So we're going to emboss this one. This is from Doris. I don't know the name of this specific folder, but I'm sure you can still find them online, maybe on Amazon. And I believe they have their own website. Yeah, I just made a dumb mistake that could have cost me my machine. Can never put all that in with the embossing folder. Yeesh. Big mistake. I'm surprised the machine didn't stop. Okay. Well, we have our embossing done, and we still have a machine. That's what not to do, guys. Don't follow my lead there. Okay. So as you can see, there's still a border that I want to trim down a little bit, and we're going to do that now. Okay. Trim it down just a tad. So that makes it a little more even across. Okay. Since we're going to use ink, let's get our little mat. And this is going to be the fastest inking I've ever done. Okay. So we're going to start off with our yellow. Yellow is going to be the main color. And we're just going to add ink. So you can go heavier on the edge and then lighter as you come in. Just gives it a nice tone. Okay. So that's our yellow. I'm not putting too much down here because that's where our sentiment is going to go. But I am going to add some more up there. That's pretty. Okay. This brush has the peacock feathers from Tim Holtz. It's also the Distress Oxide. And I'm going to use that just to make this a little green. And that's just going to add a small border just to add a little more texture and interest to the card. And it also brings more out of the stitching. Okay. So we're done with that. We're done with the alcohol markers. We can put that away. And we're done with these guys. The good thing is, since that's the blue, once I add more blue to it, that yellow will disappear. It's really not going to contaminate anything. And of course, I always clean it a little bit before I add it back on. So this is what we have. I think that's cute. We're going to add another small layer to the bottom of this just to raise it up a little bit. I love dimension, but nowadays I don't want to add too much because of postage. So trying to keep my dimension down to a minimum. Just give it a teeny bit of height. And that should work fine. Actually, let me trim this out a little more. And normally I would pause for a lot of this stuff, but I figured that you guys want to, especially if you're new. I know when I first started, finding videos that had the cards from start to finish were kind of difficult, and I get it. It's just, it can be very long, and sometimes it's easier just to cut it so people don't lose interest. But there's some people that just want to see the thing from start to finish. I'm a visual learner, so if I see it, then I can do it, right? All right, before we do that, we're going to stamp our sentiment. And we are going to use let's see. Let's do sorry, I totally forgot. That's good for me because I'm always forgetting everything. Okay, so we're gonna put that guy there. And this one we're gonna stamp with VersaFine. Because it gives you like a crisper stamping. See? Done. That's fantastic. Okay. So we're done with that. See, like I said, it's a simple card. And now we can just layer this guy up here. Okay. And you just have to figure out exactly where you want it. The good thing with the wet glue is that it gives you a moment just to move things around. And then you press it to commit. Okay. And that's that. Now I want to split this color up just a little bit. So we're going to add some ribbon. And we're going to keep it green. Like I said, it's just simple card today. So we're going to put some tape on this guy. Let's see, where's my tape? Okay, we're going to put some in the middle. Let's see, maybe just a little bit more. And we're going to figure out where exactly we want it. And I don't want it totally even, so I'm just going to bring it up just a little bit. And I think that's good. And let's add some so we can glue it to the back. Okay. Nope. That's not good. See? All right, that's good. No, it's not. Much better. Sorry, I have a little bit of OCD. Actually, I have a lot of OCD. Okay. Leave it alone. All right, and then we're going to glue him down here. I need to see it. Okay. Flip him over. And guys, this is how it really is. It's not, oh, slap it down and that's it. It's perfect. No, everyone struggles with this stuff. I don't know one crafter that doesn't have like doubts about where they laying stuff down. Everyone has the moments of oopsies. Okay. Okay, I think we're good now. We'll see if we have to add some more glue in a minute. Now we're just going to do our card base and then we could glue it all together and then we're done. This paper is from Crafter's Companion and for some reason it does like to take its own shape. But whatever, it's already there. Okay, let's cut our card base. We're taking 110-pound cardstock. And we're gonna cut it at 7 by 10. And then we're gonna score it at 5 inches. So we're gonna cut it at 7. Make sure I have it straight. Okay. And we're gonna cut it at 10 inches. And then we're gonna go ahead and score it at 5. I'm just gonna score it here instead of bringing out the other scoreboard. Which I hate doing this one, but just for time's sake. Now I know I scored it, but I always try to even this up before I crease it because if you move it a little bit on the scoreboard, then you're not gonna have an even fold. So. And there we go. All right. Now this guy will go right there. I'm most likely going to trim this down just a little bit just because I want a smaller border on it. But now I'm going to glue it down first. That way I can have a visual. And not all this guesswork. This is our glitter glue. It's my fave. It works really well. Although I don't think it works well with this specific cardstock. It also could be the temperature. It's been so hot and humid that everything just gets all wonky. All right, let's finish gluing that guy down. Okay. So that's what we have. That's our card. We can add some glossy accents now, especially to the little frog. We want him nice and shiny. Go around the eye. And there we go. Super cute. A simple card. Just really one ink because we used the residual of another one, the residue of the other one. 2 pieces of cardstock of different colors, and 1 piece of cardstock for the sentiment. It's cute, easy to make, and I hope it helps any of you that wanted to see a card from start to finish. Again, it'll come out better with you. You won't have a camera that you have to look out for, or you know, you normally want to be right on top of your stuff to center it right, but for the camera's sake you can't. So yours will definitely come out better. You can add gems to this. You can add flowers if you wanted. If you had the same type of flower, it would be cute. It's the possibilities are endless, but I just wanted to show a simple card, something that you can just stick out. Simple stamp. It's easy coloring, and you don't, it doesn't involve so much. It won't get overwhelming on you. So again, I hope this video helps you, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Have a great one, guys. Bye.